When people die, they leave behind a life that needs to be closed out. When it's someone you love, that task may fall on you. It can be overwhelming and stressful, take over a year to complete, and it's something you do all while grieving a loss. It's a task you won't want to do yourself. My name's Chris Bertay, Certified Financial Planner with Signet Financial Management, and in this video, I'll be discussing some of the most important things you need to do after losing a loved one and who to contact to do it. The very first thing you'll need to do is get a legal pronouncement of death. A doctor or other medical professional will facilitate this, and getting the official declaration of death is the first step in getting a very critical piece of documentation, the death certificate. Be sure to request at least 10 copies of this, and then within 2 weeks you should receive those certified copies in the mail. Step number 2 is find the will and the executor of the estate. The executor, or personal representative as it's called in some states, is the person named in the will to manage the settling of the estate, and they'll need to be involved in almost every single step going forward. Now, if there's no will, then a probate court judge will name an administrator in place of an executor. Step number 3 is contact the post office. Go to the post office and put in a forwarding address to you or whoever is handling the immediate affairs. Besides not wanting mail to pile up, it's the first step in acquiring a lot of critical pieces of information, such as what accounts, subscriptions, or creditors the deceased had, and who needs to be contact, paid, or canceled. Number 4, notify the employer of the deceased. Ask about any benefits or paychecks that may be due, and also any life insurance policies that the company may have held. If the deceased is already retired and receiving a pension, contact the pension plan administrator and ask about any after-death benefits to the surviving spouse or dependent children. Number 5, contact a trust and estates attorney. Estates can get complicated really fast, and having a lawyer can help you navigate the process and also distribute assets. You don't necessarily need to hire the lawyer that the deceased used to draw up their legal documents. You can if you choose to, but you can also hire your own. Number 6, contact the Social Security Administration. If the deceased was receiving Social Security, you'll need to stop the checks, and also some family members may be eligible to receive death benefits. Number 7, life insurance companies. To start the process of claiming a death benefit on a policy, you'll need a death certificate and the policy number. Number 8, banks, financial advisors, and brokers. If your loved one was organized and they left a list of account numbers, company information, and online passwords, it will be much easier to change the account with the company, and you'll need a death certificate. In lieu of having all the information, and depending on the account type, it could be very tricky or very easy to change the account. Retirement accounts will simply pass to the beneficiary listed on the account. Now, if the deceased had a taxable account, it'll easily pass to the individual listed as a joint tenant on the account, but will go through probate if the deceased was listed as a sole individual on the account. Now, a trust account will simply be sorted through the court and will ultimately pass as instructed in the trust document. Number 9, credit agencies and credit card companies. Simply tell the representative that you contact that you're acting on behalf of a deceased relative and provide a death certificate. And last on our list is number 10, the Department of Motor Vehicles. Removal of the deceased name from the DMV database will just simply prevent identity theft. And that wraps up our top 10 list. Please remember that though comprehensive, by no means is this a complete list. There'll always be things that are specific to an individual or just pop up that you just could not plan for. If you'd like a copy of the list, please check the video description for a link. Finally, I'd like to mention that proper financial planning can not only help organize your estate, but can make things easier on your heirs. It can get things in order, make sure they're in their proper place, and keep up-to-date contact lists and account information. That way, when the inevitable happens, your heirs can spend time on what's important, which is grieving and comforting each other, rather than spending time wondering where everything is and who to call. That brings an end to the video. I hope you found it helpful, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.